Wednesday night against Charleston, the Rowdies trailed by 1 before Mateus Olivetta comes up huge. Tampa Bay walks away with a point and has a chance to be a record setter tonight at home. It's Tampa Bay and Charleston coming up next. Saturday night soccer fever in the air here in downtown St. Petersburg as Tampa Bay hosts the Hartford Athletic. This is our pre-match show brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union. More perks, less fees. Join Suncoast today. Welcome inside the booth, everyone. Drew Felios alongside the Rowdies' legendary goalkeeper, Jeff Attinella. Tampa Bay, not only with one of their best seasons in their history, but Jeff, have a chance to make league history tonight.
I mean, what this Tampa Bay Rowdies team has done so far this season is so impressive that they impress me even more every single week. When you talk about a team, their game versus Charleston was the first time they've been trailing all season long, and instead of losing the streak, they score one in the death in the 90-plus minute to make sure to keep the streak alive. It's a lot of fun, and here we are talking about an undefeated Tampa Bay Rowdies team again on a Saturday night.
Time for our players to watch, brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union. We've talked about so many Rowdy stars this year, but Luis Perez, perhaps a guy we have not talked about enough.
And he's really burst onto the scene since getting inserted into that starting lineup. He's been scoring goals. He had a big-time goal versus Charleston with his right foot, which I think even surprised him. He's a big-time left-footed player, but his ability to create for himself but also put the ball in for other teammates has been such a welcomed addition to this starting lineup.
And for Hartford, Emmanuel Samaria, somebody that the Rowdies definitely have to mark here tonight.
He's not going to pop up on a lot of the stat sheets, but he's a player that loves to get behind as a midfielder. They like to use a lot of speed, and he's really one of those people that pushes that tempo. So just somebody to keep an eye on as the Rowdies are pressing forward. He's going to try to sneak in behind. So just a player that I think the Rowdies really need to keep an eye on throughout the course of this game.
With so many positives for Tampa Bay at this point in the year, is there anything they need to improve on looking at the next few hours?
Well, I think last game they gave up 2 goals, right? And it's not a team that is used to giving up goals, so the response was there. But I'd like to see that get a little bit more tightened up. We'll see what they could do on a Saturday night against Hartford. But I mean, when you have a team like this, playing the way that they're playing, they seem to get better every single week. So I really don't have much areas for them to improve on.
Should be a hot, humid night here at Al Lang Stadium. Tampa Bay and Hartford Athletic. Nice rivalry here. We'll have the kickoff coming up next.
Babe, are we out of paper towels?
I think so. And maybe a new toy for Sunny?
Already in my cart. Ooh, it's the newest viral tumbler.
I mean, we're getting instant cash back, so go for it.
Suncoast Cashback Plus gives you up to 20% back combined with your Suncoast Credit Union checking or savings account. From everyday purchases, dining out, or buying gift cards, you'll get cash back on the spot. Get started at suncoast.com/morecash.
That must be our new 500 times the cash scratch off. What a massive multiplier.
It's like I always say, go big or go bigger.
And it'll help us do huge things for education.
Donut? I'll take 500.
I'll get the multiplier.
Times the cash scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
Your love of driving started early. As you zoom down your imaginary highway, someone was always there to protect you, to make sure you're still covered. Kemper Auto knows your journey and will help you along the way. Affordable, personalized auto insurance you can count on. Get a quote today.
When we see you, we see ourselves. So the care you receive is exactly the kind of care we would want.
Great news. You're gonna be fine. You're all good.
Orlando Health. We make it personal.
Players march out onto the field moments away from kick. Here at Al Lang, Tampa Bay Rowdies and Hartford Athletic, not just Rowdy season, but World Cup season celebrated. As you notice the new Rowdies kits, we'll be talking about those a lot here tonight. So here are the lineups for Tampa Bay, the 3-5-1-1. And for the Rowdies, notice a bit of a different back line here tonight. Isaiah LaFleur, number 19, gets his first start. Jeff, what does he bring to the pitch?
A player who's come in on loan from the MLS side in Nashville. He is a fast, dynamic, attacking winger. So not only is he solid defensively, but look for him to get up and down that sideline, kind of providing a little bit of what we've seen from these wing backs. But again, it's that pace that's going to get him in behind and create havoc for the back line of Hartford.
And on the other side with Hartford Athletic, 8th place right now in the East. This is a very athletic team living up to their name. Also a very tall team. They certainly cover a lot of ground. And the guy who stands out to me, Jordan Scarlett, the former Rowdy, really having a nice run up in the Northeast, number 4.
Yeah, very solid center back. And look for the goalkeeper, Siaha, as well. He's been forced to make a lot of saves this season, so I would expect to see a lot of the same with the Rowdies' attack tonight.
So the 4-3-3 by Hartford. As we are set to go, the Rowdies, those new kits look pretty sharp. They are the hottest commodity right now down at the team store as well. I got me a few of them just about 15 minutes ago.
I mean, they are flying off the shelves, but look at those things. Those are so sharp with the U.S. national team having the night they had last night, 4th of July, right around the corner, 250 years celebrating. Look at the sharpness of those jerseys. I like the socks, too. I might even get myself a pair of socks.
So the Rowdies, a tight-knit group, 15 straight unbeaten. Coming into tonight, trying to make it a sweet 16. Marco Micheletto, number 16 right now, doing most of the talking inside the huddle. He is settled in so nicely to this Rowdies squad. And Marco in the starting lineup, 2 goals he brings to the field. You had a chance to catch up with him this week as well.
Yeah, Marco, he's such a solid human being as well. He works hard, but he's an individual that wants the best for his team. So whether his role is coming off of the bench, putting in the last little 10-minute shift that he needs to do for the team to work hard and try to press defensively, he'll do that work. But when he's inserted into the starting lineup, he's a player that loves to get behind, loves to make those midfield runs from deep, and it really confuses back line. So keep an eye on that from number 16 in the old red, white, and blue tonight.
So for the Rowdies tonight, it is their 3rd match in just a week. So the legs may be just a little rubbery here tonight. But let's see how it works out. Underway from Outling Stadium.
I love what they do right off the kickoff, and this is the type of team that the Tampa Bay Rowdies are. Put the long ball in, win the second ball, and right off of the kickoff, they have Hartford pinned back in their own half.
Rowdies coming in, 28 points, 2-0 win over Jacksonville last Saturday, and then a 2-2 draw to Charleston. That game played in the middle of the week, Wednesday night right here on this pitch. Rowdies were down, did come from behind. Olivetta scoring the equalizer late. So here is Tampa Bay working Sebastian Cruz. And that back line getting loose, Brian Schaefer. And this number 62, Nate Dos Santos, has been special. The best defense in the league for the Rowdies. There's the officials, Brad Jensen, our lead referee here tonight, Ricardo De Campo, Diego Lucio, and Alejo Calume, the 4th official. Tampa Bay trying to attack the middle. And Hartford trying to close in as the Rowdies try and send it out wide. And Luis Perez has had a magical touch as of late. Here's Cruz trying to send it into the box. Hartford trying to clear it. Rowdies will stay on top of it. And Olivetta again, Tampa Bay with some nice movement here early. LaFleur gets a touch. They'll send that in. And there is Jordan Scarlett, the former Rowdy, before Siaha is able to bring it down. Our coaching matchup tonight brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union, as Dominic Casciato leads the Rowdies, and he is once again the USL Coach of the Month, doing incredible things in his 2nd season here in Tampa Bay. On the other side, there's Brendan Burke, household name in this league. And I've always thought very highly of him. He is such a sophisticated coach, really a player's coach as well.
And he's somebody, he has a certain style in that he likes to play. It's very direct. He likes to defend in this fashion, play the ball a little bit more direct, and let these athletic players do work up top and trying to win the second balls and keep pressing. So he's brought his style with him here to Hartford, along with some of the players that fit it.
Dos Santos moving it forward. Rowdies now with an opportunity, attacking from the left side, trying to cross this one in, and it will be the first Rowdies corner kick. Jeff, how about our keys to the match tonight?
So tonight for our keys to the match for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, What I need to see from them is just continue to do the things in which they're doing, and that is being patient in possession. We're already getting a good look at it. Hartford sits back. They need to be able to move that ball around and just be patient. Don't open yourselves up, because the key for Hartford as well is just making sure that you're dynamic in that counter-attacking play. That's what they like to do. That's the style. And then especially when you're talking about the second balls, we already saw the directness of it. We'll get another look at this corner here.
So the in-swinger, that ball is headed to the side of the net. Good idea by the Rowdies. Our first Colony Grill corner kick.
But for Hartford, it's the second ball opportunities in those counter-attacking moments, because they like to play direct. And when you play direct, it's not necessarily about the first ball. It's about that second ball. Are you able to get your team up the field and gather that second ball so then you can have a little bit more sustained possession?
So Hartford trying to attack. Player goes down on the Hartford side, and as he gets up slowly, our injury report brought to you by Orlando Health. McGrow, the only one out.
Well, it's great to see Leland Archer is on the 18. The first time he's been able to say that this season. He's somebody that the Rowdies are very excited about the signing, and finally healthy enough to make the 18, which is a great thing for him and a great thing for this team.
Now end over end. Take a look at the injuries on the Hartford side. So 5th minute, Tampa Bay.
That ball there that we saw in that play is one that we need to be aware of as a Tampa Bay Rowdies back line, because it's a very direct ball. LaFleur was playing a little bit higher, and there was that ball that was played in right over top of his head. That's exactly what Hartford's going to be trying to do tonight. We've already seen 2 attempts on the long ball, so just making sure your back line is ready, because there is speed and pace they can get behind you.
This is Olivetta. Olivetta trying to go over the top. Rowdies. Once again, playing very aggressive. How about that move right there by M.D. Myers? Oh, he is so savvy up top.
Yeah, it's a good heads-up play there by Myers. That ball's traveling a little bit long. Does a good job of deflecting off the Hartford defender. But this is going to be a key to the game for Tampa Bay Rowdies as well. We saw Oliveira playing that long ball, just skipping the lines. Hartford wants to play in this block system, and if you can play that ball in over the top, skip all those lines to get people in behind, that's going to be a recipe for success.
Second Rowdies. Corner kick. And once again, right into the midst of Siaha. Second year with Hartford. Had a tremendous run last season with this squad. Hartford Athletic taking the Jägermeister Cup in 2025. Also got their very first playoff appearance in their franchise history. So a special time for Hartford Athletic. Off to a bit of a slow start here in 2026.
And Siaha, he's a goalkeeper. He's been busy. He has to make a lot of saves, but he has a very dominating physical presence.
Yes.
So those crosses, when they come in, they got to be away from the goal, because he's going to come up and gobble up as many as he possibly can. We just saw it on that last corner kick.
Now Sebastian Cruz. A little bit of pressure coming in from the guys in green. Wonder when the last time, Jeff, you've watched the Rowdies at home and the other team is wearing the green, not them. Does not happen very often.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. Not very often, if ever.
Here's Olivetta off the giveaway, and Tampa Bay able to keep possession. Rowdies now continue to find feet. Perez, more penetration. One of the Hartford side. Visitors able to clear temporarily. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, they're every step of the way. Go to us.select-sport.com. The latest Select products are there. Specials and so much more. Select is the player's choice.
You can kind of tell on the screen, we can see it really clear from the booth up here, but Hartford is so condensed defensively that the Rowdies are going to need to do a good job of finding those spaces in between those pockets and trying to play quick. And if that's not on, the timing of the runs in behind is going to be very important, because there's so much space between that back line and the goalkeeper. But that offsides line is very high, and the back of the Hartford defense is very, very compact with their midfield, which makes it a little bit challenging to find those spaces in between.
Well, we talked about Leyland Archer, as the Rowdies are so happy to have him healthy once again. Again, not in the 11th tonight. We could see him later. Tampa Bay building. Rowdies shooting. And just over the crossbar there, M.D. Myers trying to get clear. Tampa Bay, again, a ferocious attack here in the 8th minute.
That's how quickly the Rowdies can strike. A little bit surprised that Marco Micheletto passed this ball off. I know Myers, he's on a run. He's been scoring a lot of goals, but it looked like Micheletto had a path to goal himself. Opts to lay it off to Myers, who takes that positive touch, but it's a good job defensively from Hartford, converging off that first touch and making sure that that shot never reached the target.
So player is down. It looks like Boubacar Njai for Hartford.
I think paid the price a little bit for that blocked effort.
Yeah, the medical staff immediately comes out to tend to him.
We talk about that pass a little bit from Micheletto. He is somebody that is capable of scoring goals as well. But that's something that's made this Rowdies team so successful is when players need to be selfish, they're rightfully selfish. But if there's opportunities to slip the ball in, try to get somebody else in front of the net, there are a bunch of different people on this team that can score. And when you have that many weapons and you're able to have players that are willing to pass the ball in those dangerous areas, that time it didn't come off. I might have been a little bit more selfish myself in that moment, but it just speaks to what this Rowdies team is capable of and the way that they're able to move that ball back and forth with their unselfish play.
So Njai being tended to. It is a bit hot and humid here this evening, and you see once again the collision. 3 Hartford players just got caught in the same spot. But our atmosphere tonight much different than it was on Wednesday night in that matchup against Charleston, where the rain came down pretty hard. That game was delayed. It has been a while since the stadium has seen rain like that in the pregame, and look who was tending to the field. Jeff
man, my back still hurts from this. But yeah, you know, it was all hands on deck, and you know, as a member of the Tampa Bay Rowdies team, with the staff and with everything that we had to go through to make sure that the boys were able to get the game on, the entire staff did such a great job, and you know, I was just trying to do my part the best that I could, and you know, it was a nationally broadcasted game, so technically it was my off night. So it was an interesting way to spend an off day from work.
Great work.
You know, that was all hands on deck from the Rowdy staff. So everybody from ticketing to sales to sponsorships was ready to go and up for the call.
Colin Negro corner kick on the way from Tampa Bay. Skates out. Rowdies will corral it. Sebastian Cruz sends it in. Oh! As it goes just past that far post. Cruz had the right idea.
He's been known to score from some different angles and taking some good shots, but this ball is driven low across the box, and unfortunately for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, just nobody making that far post run. It was knuckling, it was moving, it made its way all the way through. As we get another look at it here, he's in good space out wide, plenty of time to hit this ball, and that's exactly what you want to do. It's that low driven ball, but just unfortunately for the Rowdies, nobody making that run to tap it in. That thing had some serious venom on it as well. It might have even had eyes for the far post.
That's maybe one of the more surprising aspects about Sebastian Cruz. We knew when we acquired him he would be an outstanding player, Jeff, but I think the Rowdies are getting a little more offense than what they originally bargained for.
Well, he's been able to play at that right back position. He's been able to play at that forward position as well. So a very versatile player, but he's been such an asset to this team. Whenever Dion Akoff needs a little bit of rest from maybe it's a midweek game or a little bit of a time off just because he's been working up and down the field so much, you just slot Sebastian Cruz back there and he covers that space just as good.
Now it's Dolabella. Rowdies will spread the field here, 5 feet. Cruz.
That's such a good job from Dolabella coming back and just controlling that situation. Comes from his midfield spot, dictates the game, gets that ball moving from side to side. Just making sure that he's coming back and keeping that ball moving.
Here's Luis Perez. Huge goal on Wednesday in that Charleston matchup. Got the Rowdies going. 3 goals on the season for Luis. Rivetta again. Right in the middle of the Rowdies attack. Micheletto will spread it again. Rowdies working that right side. Perez switches back to the left. Like this movement right now for Tampa Bay. The Rowdies will have another corner kick on the way. You can enter the Prince Tires USL Cup Game Day Kids Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen and enter today. The Prince Tires Sweepstakes for 2026. This one flicked up. And once again, Rowdies trying to get somebody there at that far post for the tap-in. And the Rowdies just ringing up the corners here in the first 15.
It was a well-designed play off that corner kick. Goes short and then slips it back to the corner kick taker. Dolabella making that streak and run to the far post, but fortunately for Hartford, they've been pretty solid in the air tonight defending these crosses in these corner kick situations.
So this is Mateus Olivetta. It is Olivetta's goal on Wednesday that kept this historic Rowdies streak alive. Into the box one more time again. The height paying off for Hartford. There's the Scud missile. Rowdies trying to follow it up. Oh, what a strike that was. As Micheletto nearly got Tampa Bay on the board.
He hits this ball very clean, coming off of that corner kick, picking up the second ball. Hartford has been doing such a good job on these crosses of clearing the danger, but this one finds Micheletto's feet. Positive first touch, picks his head up. We talked about Siaha. He is a big physical presence in that goal. You're going to need to find the corners to beat a goalkeeper like that, but that ball is well struck from Micheletto, but an even better save there from the Hartford goalkeeper.
Just an outstanding shot, maybe an even better save.
And that's what he does. I mean, this is a goalkeeper that can make saves. The Rowdies are going to need to test. The Rowdies are going to need to test this goalkeeper. But the shots that are being taken, they're going to need to find the corners. Maybe you can get some screens in front of him. But if he has a clear line of vision to the ball, he's able to make some spectacular saves.
And we got a whistle as another Hartford player goes down on that far side. And it is Sebastian Anderson, who right now is slow to get up.
You could hear the hot mic. The hot mic picked it up. Somebody on that Hartford sideline was not happy with that foul.
Right in front of the Rowdies faithful. 23-year-old Sebastian Anderson, one of the most reliable players on the Hartford side. So now it's Samuel Carriega, the Argentinian, on the set piece here for the visitors. This ball, great trajectory to it. And look who comes over to snatch it out of the air. It's Austin Pack, who gets the start tonight for Tampa Bay, ahead of Jamali Waite. It's been a great 1-2 punch. Jamali starting about, I'd say, 2/3 of the matches this year, but Austin Pack certainly getting his opportunities as well.
He's done a good job when he's gotten the opportunities. You know, Coach Dominic Cassiato, he likes to keep people fresh. He likes to give people opportunities that train well. And, you know, Austin, when he stepped into these games, he's done well, and he's earned the opportunity to play here tonight. Good job there coming out for that cross.
Now it's Brian Schaefer. Cruz takes it. Good chance for Tampa Bay there. Schaefer again handles it, sends it to Dos Santos. And now it's Perez. Perez sending it far side. Now he's trying a 1-2 there. Conway could not corral it. Tampa Bay has it once again. This is Conway. Spreads it right. Olivetta. Olivetta 1v1. Rowdies will work it. A few more passes never hurt. Sebastian Cruz. Dos Santos. Micheletto. Defended that time. Marco tries to go to the ground. And it will be Rowdies' possession. Suncoast Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Thrilled to have them on board here this year. More perks, less fees. Join Suncoast today. So this is Brian Schaefer doing the honors for the Rowdies.
Okay, Seb. Nate, 1 and 2.
Redirected that time. Nearly found a spot in the corner. Jeff, you mentioned Rowdies have got to attack those corners, and Olivetta did just that.
I'm surprised that ball made it all the way through off the initial throw, and it looked like there were 3 or 4 Hartford defenders around that could win it, but somehow this ball drops all the way to Olivera, and he just tries to guide it to that far post. Unfortunately, just didn't come off the way that he wanted it to, but didn't even have to jump for that ball. This has been crosses so far that the Hartford defenders are getting up and winning every single time. The ball just kind of fell right to his head.
Love Olivetta's background. And his resume, as another few players go down. Check on that here. Let's see, they're going to allow the run of play. Sebastian Cruz will attack for the Rowdies. It's Cruz from the right side trying to cut it back. And just ran in to a sea of green shirts.
Hartford really just not being on the same page here. Anytime that there's an opportunity to get a counterattack, the forwards are making runs in behind. Tests are going short. They've just been defending for so much of this game. It's almost like they can't get out of their own half.
Tampa Bay now tries to get it to Conway. Conway is a guy that coming in you would think is due for the Rowdies. Had a few goals early in the season. He's gone just a little bit cold. Had a chance last week in Jacksonville to really get on the score sheet and simply was not able to. Great to have you with us tonight here at Al Lang Stadium. Drew Felios, Jeff Atnell, and Deandra Liu will be checking in a little bit later on in this broadcast. Great to once again be with our Tampa Bay Rowdies crew. Just a day after the United States debut in the World Cup. What a night it was last night in Los Angeles, and also right here at Al Lang and that watch party that we're going to hear about a bit later.
It really was. I mean, what an electric time for soccer, and especially in this community with the way that Tampa Bay Rowdies are playing, the crowd that showed up here last night to cheer on the men's national team, the result that they were able to put together. I mean, if that doesn't get you fired up for this U.S. men's national team in this World Cup, then I don't know what will, because it was a dominating performance.
Jeff, I know you're a guy that loves to follow the United States men's national team, and they have had a lot of performances over the years that have left a lot to be desired in the soccer world. How motivating and refreshing was it last night? I imagine for every soccer player that put on the uniform, it certainly makes your blood pump a little faster, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, for the first half of soccer, and when you're talking about a game that's on a big scale, not necessarily like a friendly or playing in a CONCACAF game, but for a game like that of that magnitude, that first half was the best half and most dominant half of soccer I can ever remember the U.S. men's national team playing. So for us, I mean, as fans, it should be something that gets everybody really fired up.
Here comes Hartford now. Hartford has not had a shot on goal just yet. Njai tries to place it center. Rowdies on the ground. Oh, Austin Pack trying to save, but that one is in off the rebound. Hartford is on the scoreboard. Sebastian Anderson able to find the open space.
It's a great initial save there from Pack. And this is what Hartford wants to do. And this is when they execute it, this is what it looks like. They want to dump balls in. They want to get the second balls. That's why it was the key to the game. As we get another look at it here, put the ball into the box, create a little bit of chaos, and see what can come of it. It's a good, solid shot here. Great save there from Pack, which unfortunately the rebound goes right to the Hartford attacker. He was looking at who got the goal on this one. Anderson with the cleanup and the finish on the rebound. Good initial save. Good spot for Hartford to be in. And now the Tampa Bay Rowdies have an uphill battle against them in a game that it looked like they were dominating, but this is exactly what Hartford wants to do. Play strong defensively, get balls into the box, create some chaos, and see if you can get a goal out of it.
So first real opportunity by the visiting side, and they cash it in.
Rowdies looking for an offside shot. It was tough to tell in that replay, but there's a chance that Anderson might have been behind that back line. But either way, it's still 1-0 Hartford, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies have their work cut out for them with the way that Hartford likes to play defensively.
Hartford once again. They'll work it down the field here on the attack. Galena. Njai has it again. Samadia, there we talked about in the open. That ball will be corralled. Austin Pack once again.
It's a little bit of a gut check time for this Tampa Bay Rowdies team. It's been a long week. They've already played 2 games this week. They had a tough game on Wednesday with a heavy field. The field was wet. We saw all the sweeping going on. To go down 1-0 against a team like Hartford after dominating much of this first half, it's a very tough team to break down defensively, so they need to be alert and make sure that this doesn't get to 2.
And now time for a Colony Grove corner kick for the visitors. Hartford Athletic on the board first. And once again, trying to create confusion in front of the goal. Rowdies will have it for a goal kick. Hard to believe that I believe that goal, Jeff. It's the first time the Rowdies have not scored first in a match all season long. That is an incredible stat.
Incredible stat, absolutely. Well, last week, or the game on Wednesday, was the first time they were trailing all season long as well. So that was the second half here. They have a little bit more time, of course, to get that one back, but it's going to take a little bit. Going to take a little bit of a gut check here from this Tampa Bay Rowdies group. A little bit more creativity on offense. Try to get some people moving. Trying to find these pockets. That's a good start there. Good ball in behind.
Now it's Micheletto. Micheletto, good pass center. And again, Rowdies have had some chances to really put him on frame. And once again, misfires courtesy of Conway.
And I think that that's the type of ball you need to be looking for. Create those dynamic movements. Put that ball in over the top because Hartford is playing such tight lines. It's that ball over the top to LaFleur, making that extra run. Good spot from Kanye. Would have been a nice finish. Would have been a really class finish if he was able to flick that to the far post. But getting numbers in those dangerous areas is what you need to see.
Conway wins it back for the Rowdies. Tampa Bay. A rare moment here this year where they have trailed at home. eFootball is here. You can live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Brian Schaefer with the throw. Rowdies will corral it and send this one in as well, trying to create a little bit of chaos. Siaha able to rise above the pack.
It's a good idea there from Schaefer trying to get the ball back into the box where other people are. But again, we spoke about it earlier. Siaha is a dominant goalkeeper in the air, so I'm not sure those hierarchy balls are the way to go against a back line like this with a goalkeeper who's able to come off that strong.
Have him listed at 6'5". He looks like he could be an NBA power forward.
Yeah, but he's very athletic as well, so his ability to jump and his timing, just like he's going up and grabbing that rebound. That's what I always used to say about crosses.
Fisher, Britton Fisher, the 21-year-old. It's Hartford's side, a lot of really young, talented players. Jordan Scarlett, team captain tonight, former Rowdy. You know how badly he wants to top his former club. And this will be an offside. So the Rowdies will take possession.
So these are the moments where if you could play a little bit quicker, Hartford was a little bit stretched there off of that restart. If you could play a little bit quicker, get the ball a little bit forward, a little bit faster, and skip those lines before they even have a chance to get set up, might be a little bit easier for this Rowdies group. But this is what Hartford wants in this situation. Pin back in their own half. They're comfortable defending like this. Now for the Rowdies, it's all about movement, trying to find those different lines, trying to find those different entry points for whoever's making the pass, or can you get that ball in over the top? But defensively for Hartford, this is what they're looking to do.
So now Dos Santos. See them getting LaFleur involved on that left side. Sebastian Cruz now has it. Luis Perez. Micheletto trying to post up, and he's able to draw a foul. Great job by Marco. Official right there in place to make the call.
This is great awareness from Micheletto because there's really not a lot of space once that ball comes in. That initial ball to Marco, it breaks those lines. He has a defender pinned on his back. It's that first initial touch that takes him a bit wider that's able to draw that foul. So good awareness of where the space is and making sure that his first touch leads him to a spot where there's room where he might be able to play or draw that type of contact.
So Union Home Mortgage is the official mortgage partner of the Rowdies. Union Home Mortgage, your partner from first homes to refinance. Get started with UHM today and visit UHM.com to learn more. Marco Micheletto gets set to put this one in motion for the Rowdies. Perez next to him, and Siaha right there in goal for Hartford has been impressive here early. Micheletto skies this one over the crossbar and right into Ralph's mom.
Just leaning back too much on that one was Micheletto. You understand to be the goalkeeper from that distance, it needs to be a perfect shot, but just leaning too far back. That's the reason that ball ultimately ended up getting skied.
28th minute here. Hartford a 1-0 lead on Tampa Bay. Mentioned the third member of our crew, Deandra Liu, always with the scoop. Deandra, what have you got for us tonight?
Thanks, guys. It's an exciting time for soccer with the World Cup officially underway, and you can really feel that buzz here tonight. You'll notice the Rowdies have traded in their traditional green and gold for red, white, and blue to celebrate the World Cup's return to the U.S. And the design actually pays tribute to a 4th of July exhibition match when the Rowdies played against the U.S. men's national team back in 1985. Now, just last night, this stadium was packed out as the Rowdies hosted more than 3,000 fans for their World Cup watch party to cheer on the U.S. men's team. And all of this excitement for the sport is happening at a really fitting time for this club. The Rowdies came into tonight as the only undefeated team in American professional soccer, and a win or draw tonight would make them just the 3rd team in league history to open the season unbeaten through their first 16 matches. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
This place was absolutely rocking last night, and what a scene. Fans cheering on the United States. Patriotism right now is at an all-time high. It's not just what a good run in this tournament means for the game, Jeff, but the entire country as a whole. And right now, I think our country could really use it.
Well, especially as one of the host nations, you know, we're sharing the duties of hosting this with Mexico and Canada. Both Mexico and Canada got positive results. The U.S. got a positive result, and you know, the way that they played last night inspired a lot of people, and I think it's going to have a lot of people, even the non-soccer fans in America, really fired up about the potential of this team.
Sebastian Cruz sets it in one more time, and once again skating across that box. Rowdies just need to have somebody on the other side of that.
That's the idea, though, as we get another look at it here. Look at this looping ball in from Sebastian Cruz. He whips it along that back line. And again, it's a good job of the Hartford defense not letting Dolabella make it to that near post, but if you can play a whipping ball like that, curling away from the goalkeeper, those are the type of balls that he's not going to be able to come out and gather.
So maybe yellow card just dealt that time. We'll check and see who it is on here. Was it on Myers? Yes, I think so.
Yeah, just a little bit of a professional foul there for Myers, trying to slow up the attacker for Hartford, sticks his arm out, and makes it pretty easy for the referee.
The game plan so far effective for Hartford Athletic. Rowdies have had several chances.
Those are the moments where I think the Rowdies need to play that long ball to try to get that ball in behind.
Yes.
Conway's making that run. Mateus has the ball. He picks his head up, opts not to play it.
Rowdies once again right side working it. Myers and a good one-timer going, but again nobody on the other end.
But trying to take advantage of those moments where Hartford isn't compact, but they don't have all those players behind the ball. Can you get that ball in behind, make Hartford chase a little bit? That's going to be a key, I'm sure, that Coach Cassiato will talk about at halftime. But when you have those opportunities and Hartford is spread out, it's very rare, so you have to try to take advantage of them.
Myers, the Rowdies' top scorer, 4 goals so far this year. You can watch the USL on ESPN2 on June 20th as a couple powerhouse championship clubs collide. Detroit City and Louisville City face off in a Prince Tires USL Cup battle for the playoffs. That's Saturday, June 20th, 5 Eastern time on ESPN2. So a hydration break for both sides. Mentioned, it is hot, it is humid here tonight.
The commercial breaks during the hydration break during the World Cup has been a hot topic, huh? No pun intended. No pun intended.
Overall, though, the commercials for the World Cup, Jeff, much better than the ones for at least the last 5 Super Bowls that I've seen.
There you go. I'm not going to lie, I haven't been paying too close of attention to the commercials during the hydration breaks, but I mean, so far the World Cup's been an absolute spectacle. You talk about that first game, 3 red cards for South Africa versus Mexico in Mexico. Canada getting that late goal in Toronto, and of course USA doing what they did. Just got a draw versus Brazil and Morocco as well, 2 of the better teams in the world. So this World Cup is off to a good start.
And a trivia question I heard before the match What former World Cup player did one time suit up for the Tampa Bay Rowdies? Jeff, I'm sure you would probably have an answer.
Well, there's a few, right? I mean, I think if you go back in the day, I don't know if Perry ever played for a World Cup team or if he was part of the roster, but I know Freddie Adu was a name that not a lot of people tie together with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. It was I'm cheating a little bit though, because I won't lie, that was a trivia question that I was asking for social media around last night around the stadium. So I had the cheat code. I think there's something like 20. I might be a couple people off, but there's something like 24 players that have represented the U.S. national team that have also played for the Tampa Bay Rowdies throughout the course of history. That's a pretty big number.
Where does Joe Cole rank on that list too? Because I remember my very first season, he was in his final season with the Rowdies.
Yeah, that's true too. Joe Cole. I mean, you give England a little bit of love out of that one. And I think if you go through, we should go through the rosters one day. We'll have our guy Jake get on it, go through the rosters and see how many Tampa Bay Rowdies have represented their national teams throughout the course of the Rowdies' history.
A little 1-2 action there by Tampa Bay, and you can just sense the Rowdies maybe got a little bit of a talking to during that hydration break. That was not a break when the Rowdies were saying cheers to each other with their water bottles, I don't think.
No, well, they're trying to figure out how to break down this Hartford defense, and I think that it's a lot of what we talked about right off of that water break. They try to play a little bit quicker, get the ball moving while Hartford spread out. So just some adjustments, but it's something that the Rowdies have been very good at this year. When halves haven't gone their way, they usually hit the locker room, come back and figure it out. So some work here to definitely be done, because this Hartford defense knows what they're doing in terms of staying compact.
Sebastian Cruz. Remember, if there's one guy that really affects the Rowdies not being in the lineup, it is Lewis Hilton. And tonight he is a part of the 18, but not a part of the starting 11. Lewis getting some much needed rest. Remember, this is the third game in a week for Tampa Bay. And when Hilton is not in there, sometimes some of that tenacity, some of that leadership, the Rowdies certainly miss. There's Lewis Hilton right there, left side of your screen. Looking on, we could see him later on tonight.
This is a little bit frustrating here for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, because whenever a team plays like that and you don't have the opportunity to break them down, but you have that possession going on, you just got to stay patient. That's why that's my key to the game. Can they stay patient in possession? Can they move the ball side to side? Try to get Hartford to open themselves up. And then once they open themselves up, you try to break those lines, or you put that ball in over the top. But patience, especially when you're trailing 1-0, is sometimes a really hard thing to do.
Hartford trying to muster another chance here. Rowdies trying to get it out of their half.
This is a moment for them to go. Can they go here? Can they get this counterattack moment?
Sense of urgency now from Tampa Bay. You can just feel it. Conway on top of it. Trying to stay close to him. Evan Conway trying to break away. And let's see, will they give the Rowdies a corner kick here? Yes, they will.
And that's what we're talking about. You see the difference. You don't let Hartford get set up, because Hartford does such a good job when they're in their block. Don't let them get set up. Play that ball quick. Drive at that back line, just like we saw there. Evan Conway has a little bit of space. Takes a player on 1v1, something that he loves to do, something that he's very good at. Get yourself a corner kick.
Outswinger this time. Rowdies put it right into the cooker. It comes out. This one shot from distance. Oh, another one that really put the goalie on notice. Siaha. Good sequence there for the home side.
It's dangerous crossing. Good job gathering that second ball from LaFleur. A bit ambitious from that distance, but he did strike it well. Made Siaha at least react to it. Getting a look at it here. Well struck ball. Just a little bit too much. That dip came a little bit too late in the process.
Dos Santos will head it out here for the Rowdies. Grand Central Brewhouse, a family-friendly, pet-friendly, community-friendly, two-story brewery, taproom, and beer garden located in the heart of the Grand Central District. Grand Central Brewhouse featuring traditional lagers and ales brewed in-house and served directly from European serving tanks. The Grand Central Brewhouse, great place to be before the game, during the game, and after the game as well.
Had a great Champions League watch party over there for the Arsenal PSG game. A lot of fun.
Love it. Sebastian Anderson, the guy who scored the goal, throwing it for Hartford. Anderson, quick move. Marked tightly by Marco Micheletto. Well done. We could not have fathomed before this year began that we would be all together, including USL Cup matches, 15 games in, and the Rowdies have been unbeaten the entire time. But that's the situation we are in tonight. And Tampa Bay trying to keep this streak going. And there's a call. Official right there, Isaiah LaFleur able to draw it, and the Rowdies will have it in a really good spot.
We talked about it in the open. LaFleur, he's an outside back that likes to get up and down. He's been living on this left side, in and around the box. Does a good job here, drawing that contact, putting the ball into a dangerous spot. Now, what are they able to do with it? We've talked about the crosses here in these opportunities. Try to keep it away from the goalkeeper. Put it in a dangerous spot. A little bit tough angle for a shot, but we'll see who gets on the ball to see what they're thinking.
Again, very compact. You see Arturo Dipe, 6'3" out of Cuba. Hartford trying to make this as uncomfortable as possible for the Rowdies. Lots of chirping going on right now.
Should be interesting to see how they play this one. Trying to get some creative movements here from the big guys on the Rowdies, trying to create some different space. Awkward spot for a free kick. You don't normally see a ball at this angle. You tell, look, Siaha looks a little bit uncomfortable there in the net, trying to get a good line of vision with it.
See Brad Jensen, our official, keeping everybody honest. This one sent in again to the far post, and again the Rowdies just don't have anybody on the opposite end of it.
It's such a well-driven ball there on this free kick. It almost comes off. It's almost friendly fire here as it pings off at two Hartford defenders. Sometimes that's what you have to do. Just put the ball into a dangerous spot where all the bodies are and see if you can get a lucky bounce. Just unfortunately, it wasn't close enough to the goal. But another opportunity for a corner.
Olivetta, the end swinger. This one! Oh, saved! Incredible! How did Siaha keep that out of the net?
Are you kidding me with this save from Siaha? We talked about how good he is at shot stopping. This reaction save, I mean, this is as good as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this ball coming in. See whose head it bounces off of. It's Dolabella off the header, and then the goal line clearance as well. Look at this initial save. Gets that big left paw up. Tough to tell that number who got that clearance off the line, but good teamwork there from Hartford. Dolabella can't believe that ball didn't find the back of the net.
Rowdies trying to muster another chance. Siaha has to come over and deflects that. He's got some words for his back line as the Rowdies keep chopping away.
Siaha, he came to play tonight. That's two sequences in a row. Look at this save. He does a good job closing down. It's Luis Perez. He sees that big touch. The goalkeeper comes out, makes himself big. Doesn't allow that ball to get into the box.
Tampa Bay trying to cash in their first goal. Trailing 1-0, 41st minute. Once again going down. Game getting ultra physical. Brad Jensen all over it.
I mean, that initial save there on that first one from Siaha. Just the ability, that header from Dolabella is coming from about 4 yards out, coming with pace. Just the ability to get that hand up. And I'd like to give the player for Hartford credit who cleared off the line, but it was tough to see that number. But good reaction there from both of them. But again, the Tampa Bay Rowdies are starting to knock on this door.
This one driven in. And again, good idea by the Rowdies surging forward. It was Dos Santos trying to get the right angle. Just struck it a little bit too far.
I think that Mateus has figured out where to put these crosses against this Hartford team. That's 2 or 3 crosses there in a row that have been put in dangerous spots that Siaha can't come off his line. It's a low-driven ball. They had 2 players there. Unfortunately, the deflection off Dos Santos' head goes out for the goal kick. But you can tell that they're starting to get a little bit more urgency within the group here. The Tampa Bay Rowdies are to end this first half.
Well, altogether, when you look at the entire 42 minutes, Tampa Bay, as far as chances, have just dominated. But Hartford, their game plan working to perfection. Coming up at halftime, we will revisit what a night it was last night here at Al Lang, and also more on those stars and stripes, the new kits the Rowdies are sporting. The USL look around the league and first half highlights and stats as well. It's all coming up at the half.
You can tell ever since that water break, they've come out with a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
a little bit more fire underneath of them. Whatever the words Casiato had for them during that little meeting, they've seemed to pay off. But again, Hartford doing such a good job defensively. And this is how they want to play. they're okay giving you the ball. They're okay giving you shots from distance, putting crosses in, because that's what they feel like they're good at. They're good at defending crosses, and they have a goalkeeper capable of making saves. So it's going to take a big effort here for the Tampa Bay Rowdies to get themselves back into this one, just based off the way that Hartford likes to play.
Sebastian Anderson asked for the ball to be dried off, and that young man over there from IMG loving it.
As I say, if he's a Rowdies fan, we're going to need to teach him. We're going to teach him to pour some water on the ball.
Never know what you're going to encounter in a Rowdies match. Oh, this ball directed towards the goal. Austin Peck over to make the save. Crowd loving the effort. Again, that sense of urgency. You can feel it for the home side. Certainly a long regular season USL Championship. Right now we are approaching that midway point. And you know how it can sometimes be the dog days of summer. Trying to stay up for every single match with a target on your back. Rowdies have been brilliant doing that thus far this year. Trying to continue it as that ball caroms out.
Good effort there from LaFleur, winning that one back. Oh, it just doesn't come off. It's good effort there, trying to keep Hartford pinned in.
Alex Dos Santos. How would you evaluate LaFleur's performance so far in his first start?
So far, so good. I think he's doing a good job getting himself up and down. He's getting dangerous crosses into the box. And that's what you need to do when you play in Castellanos system as a wingback. You need to be able to get yourself up and down the field.
All of that up, sending one in. And again, the Rowdies had a player in position. Thought maybe there was some contact there. Crowd asking for it, but we'll play on.
Looked like there was a jersey pull there on Dolabella. He might have fabricated it just a little bit too much. I think that might have been the reason that the ref didn't make the call. But if you're going to look at it here, there's definitely contact in the box. Cross comes in again. It's a low cross, which is what you need to do against this team. And it's that pooling right there.
Tampa Bay coming right back. Conway sets it in the air. Olivetta. Rowdies will maintain possession here, and we got a player down. And once again, a foul. Tampa Bay is going to have it just outside the box as Isaiah LaFleur is down right now.
Well, we talk about LaFleur and what he's done well tonight. It's been getting up and down the field. He's in that high position where he's there to get that second ball. Gets his head stuck in. High foot here from Hartford. Oh, made contact with the body. LaFleur got there first. Referee makes the call, but that's the positioning from LaFleur. That's what you need to see from him. And that's what he's done such a good job of tonight.
Siaha, the MVP of this game thus far for Hartford Athletic. He has been sensational in goal. Olivetta and the Rowdies. Another chance. Trying to knock it through that wall. Olivetta again. Just past that far post. Siaha, I think, breathing a sigh of relief. Rowdies peppering him right now with shots. And eventually, gotta feel like one of these balls is going to find the back of the net.
Yeah, right now you can tell that there's more urgency within the Tampa Bay Rowdies group. But again, it's that size. I think the size of the goalkeeper makes such a big difference when you're talking about the type of balls that you're willing to put into the box. You can tell that there's been an adjustment. The crosses now are low, they're driven. And even off of that free kick, you have to be thinking about the saves he's been able to make. So you're thinking that you need to hit the perfect shot. Ultimately, that ball ends up hitting into the wall.
Hartford right now, a little bit uncomfortable in possession. Brennan Burke asking for a foul. The Hartford player going down, and right now he is pleading his case to the officials.
Yeah, I think he wants a yellow card on that one. Very clear foul call. Referee opted to just give it to a normal foul, but anytime there's a foul like that right in front of the coach's bench, I think they're always going to be trying to get more out of it.
Arturo Dispe also pleading his case. 5 minutes of extra time. We're about halfway through it. Very busy first half for both sides. Rowdies coming out a bit lethargic, but have certainly picked it up over the last 10 minutes. Hartford a goal up here. This one sent right down the middle. Rowdies asking for the offsides, and that was an easy call.
There's always those little moments, though, where there's that delay before the ref puts the flag up, before you hear that whistle. Makes you a little bit nervous there, especially as a goalkeeper.
Perez trying to attack through the middle. Look at the possession time tonight. 77% to the home side. Shots on goal as well. Rowdies dominating. But the main stat that matters, the score sheet.
You dominate the statistics, but again, this is how Hartford likes to play. They don't mind not having the ball. They want to catch you in moments like this.
That ball given away. Cruz will collect here for the Rowdies, working in the center circle. Sebastian Cruz once again intercepted. He'll have to retreat. And Hartford again cannot retain possession. Boy, you're right, Jeff. This is a team that they do not mind not having the ball and simply making a living off the counters.
They want to counterattack you, and they want to play long balls, and they want to get the ball into the box. You can see how good they are at defensively dealing with crosses. They have just that same amount of strength going offensively as well. They haven't been in the Rowdies half too much, but we saw what they were able to do with the one opportunity that they were. Second ball comes out, make a junk ball, ball's in the back of the net, and they're back to defending.
Perez setting it left side. LaFleur, a little sloppy by the Rowdies that time. So the ball will be awarded to Hartford. Rowdies likely going to go to the locker room here, trailing by a goal.
Something you haven't had to say all year.
And that is going to do it for the first half of action. 1-0 the score. Hartford leads the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Rowdies again have won 15, or not have won 15, have gone unbeaten for 15 games in a row. And that streak a bit in jeopardy right now, as the Rowdies will have to come from behind and find a way. Dolabella trots off, and our Deandra Liu is standing by with Coach Dominic Casciato.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you guys are down 1-0. We saw a lot of urgency there at the end. What adjustments do you want to see in the second half?
Yeah, just be a little bit more aggressive, get more numbers into the box. We've had chances, now we've just got to take them.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, Deandra, sometimes it's as simple as that for Coach Casciato. He'll try and rally the troops at halftime. 1-0, Hartford over Tampa Bay. A busy halftime show, and a salute to the birthday of the United States in the World Cup run is coming up next.
I'm Spencer, champion of savings. Because when it comes to saving money, no one saves like me. And when it's time to get a better rate for new or used wheels, Suncoast Credit Union has the best deal.
Refi your ride with Suncoast. Get $200 cash back and no payments for 90 days. Visit a branch or suncoast.com/auto refi.
Get influenced by me. Get pre-approved for an auto loan at Suncoast and you'll love your rate as much as you love your ride.
That must be our new 500 times the cash scratch off. What a massive multiplier.
It's like I always say, go big or go bigger.
And it'll help us do huge things for education.
Donut? I'll take 500.
I'll get the multiplier.
Times the cash scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
When we see you, we see ourselves. So the care you receive is exactly the kind of care we would want.
Great news. They're gonna be fine. They're all good.
Orlando Health. We make it personal.
Welcome back to Al Lang Stadium. It is time for our halftime show brought to you by the Tampa Bay Rowdies podcast. As the Rowdies trail Hartford Athletic, the count is 1-0. So excited to have you with us tonight, everybody. I'm Drew Felios, and what a week it has been, not just for Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer, but also soccer here in the United States. So much so that the Rowdies are celebrating, number one, the United States birthday, and number two, the fact that it is a World Cup year and North America is the host. All translating into new kits for the Rowdies.
Yo, Evan, where are you? Are you on your way?
Yeah, Big Russ. I'll be there in a second. I'm on the water right now, okay?
All right, do you have the stuff?
Yeah. I got it.
Absolutely love the new kits for the Rowdies, and this was the scene last night, a World Cup watch party here at Al Lang Stadium. Fans packing it in, an environment unlike we've ever seen here in this venue, as patriotic as can be, as soccer fans all over the Tampa Bay area and all over the world converge in downtown St. Pete, rooting on a dominating performance for Team USA. Right now, the Rowdies could use a little bit of that energy. Tampa Bay trailing Hartford Athletic 1-0, but I have a feeling the Rowdies have got something cooked up for the second half. This halftime show brought to you by the Tampa Bay Rowdies podcast continues right after this.
Sometimes the waves are calling your name. Other times, you think the waves are calling your name, but actually, it's the kids.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
The Tampa Bay Rowdies are back at Al Lang Stadium for the 2026 season, with new players, new hunger, and new standards, but we can't do it alone. Talent alone doesn't win games. Your support matters. The atmosphere matters. Every rep, every sprint, every tackle, we are fighting for you. The season starts now. Join the fight and get your tickets at rowdysoccer.com. Come on, you Rowdies.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We'll get you back out to your match shortly. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines. The championship is grabbing hold of the Prince Tires USL Cup. Two clubs clinched their respective groups in round 3. The Tampa Bay Rowdies clinched Group 7 with a 2-0 win at Sporting Jacks, while Colorado Springs Switchbacks won a critical Group 2 match 2-1 over El Paso Locomotive. While those two clubs are now in the knockout stage, Charleston Battery and Sacramento Republic are both on the quarterfinal doorstep. The Battery got the extra point in a penalty shootout against Pittsburgh Riverhounds in Group 6, and Sac Republic put away Monterey Bay also in penalties in Group 1. But as we enter play in round 4, it is potential chaos in Group 4. 5 teams are separated by 2 points. Lexington stole a penalty shootout at Detroit City. Louisville City primed for the group win, but Union Omaha and Indy 11 still have group title hopes. Upcoming national spotlight games on ESPN2, Forward Madison and Fort Wayne on the 17th, Saturday the 20th. Round 4 of the Prince Tires USL Cup begins with Detroit City and Louisville City, and also that night, Las Vegas Lights in Orange County on CBS Sports Network. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
All right, Dan Lucas, thank you so much. Standings look like this. Rowdies atop the table with 28 points. Louisville City next in line. Indy 11, Detroit City in that top 4. 5 through 8, Charleston, Pittsburgh, Miami, and Hartford Athletic looking to get a huge win on the board. If they can beat Tampa Bay here tonight in this venue, it would be huge for Hartford Athletic. There's the scoreboard and matches today. Notice Charleston Battery, they go back home, they get right back to work, and right now taking care of Tulsa at halftime by a score of 3-1. Rest of the scores that really stand out, most of them just getting underway. Lou City in action tonight, also Detroit City as well, and several 9 o'clock games, a 9:30 game there also. So we'll be watching USL action throughout the weekend. Here it is, 1-0. The Rowdies trail Hartford Athletic for the first time this season. Tampa Bay trailing at home. How can they get back into it? Jeff Patnella with those answers as we look forward to the second half next.
Babe, are we out of paper towels?
I think so. And maybe a new toy for Sunny.
Already in my cart. Ooh, it's the newest viral tumbler.
I mean, we're getting instant cash back, so go for it.
Suncoast Cashback Plus gives you up to 20% back combined with your Suncoast Credit Union checking or savings account. From everyday purchases, dining out, or buying gift cards, you'll get cash back on the spot. Get started at suncoast.com/morecash.
When everything's on the line, real heroes rise to the occasion. Or die trying.
We're firefighters. We're gonna find a way to get you out of here.
We take the hits together.
We're on the same team.
I'm right here with you, no matter what.
I would never leave you hanging in the deep end.
This place is a way of giving you new family.
Fire Country, Sunday nights beginning at 8 on Tampa Bay 44.
Morgan Auto Group has the selection you need in the service you want, with over 28,000 vehicles across 70 dealerships and 28 brands. Plus, everything from basic maintenance to collision repairs, and over 20 years of service in the community. From our home in Tampa down to Southwest Florida to Miami and West Palm, across Central Florida, through Gainesville and Lake City, up to Jacksonville and our state capital. Shop Morgan Auto Group, Florida's largest automotive retailer. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Tampa Bay Rowdies looking for some answers at halftime. They trail Hartford Athletic by a count of 1-0 as the Rowdies trying to keep an unbeaten streak of 15 games intact here as we get set to begin half number 2. Drew Felios alongside Jeff Attinella. Wasn't a lackluster performance by Tampa Bay. They really got it going towards the end of that first half, but what do you think needs to change here in the second frame?
Just need to do a little bit of adjusting offensively. You know, earlier on they were trying to get the ball possession side to side. Crosses were coming into the box, but they were all pretty high up. Goalkeeper was able to get them, and Hartford's defense was having a good job clearing the ball out, taking advantage of those opportunities. I'd like to see them play a little bit quicker on the counter as we get a look at the highlights here. These are the types of balls that you need to be playing in. Low-driven balls like this where the goalkeeper can't come and grab them.
I thought the length of Hartford was going to give the Rowdies some issues tonight, and it has definitely done that.
Absolutely, and especially from the goalkeeper, Siaha. The length of his athletic ability has been on full display tonight. They're going to need to hit good shots to beat this goalkeeper. We saw it throughout the course of the first half, and this is the goal here. This is what Hartford's trying to do offensively. It's a little bit of a junk play. Ball comes into the box. It's that second ball. It's a great initial save there from Austin Pack, but then Anderson is there to clean up and do the dirty work and tap that ball in to give Hartford that hard-earned 1-0 lead. And we get another look at it here. Look at this save from Siaha. Absolutely incredible. His ability to get this left hand up as quickly as he did with the goal line clearance as well. Just an absolutely brilliant play there from Hartford's goalkeeper and the defense as well. And again, look at this play from Siaha, doing a good job closing down. And he is a goalkeeper that is on a mission to make sure that the Tampa Bay Rowdies streak does not continue. It is going to take something special to get past this goalkeeper tonight. We get another look here at the stats. This is the type of game that Hartford's fine playing. Rowdies are dominating possession. Rowdies are dominating in shots. But the one thing they're not dominating in is goals. And that's something that Hartford is comfortable with. And it's going to take a good effort here from the Tampa Bay Rowdies with some creativity offensively to get themselves in behind and try to get that tying goal.
So Tampa Bay back on the pitch, and let's see what adjustments are made, especially as far as substitutions are concerned. Remember, the third game in a week for the Rowdies, so trying to manage the stamina, the legs of this team. Had a game up on the road in Jacksonville last Saturday, completely dominated Sporting Jackson that affair, and then came back home on Wednesday night, matchup on CBS Sports Network. Tampa Bay was on top 1-0. Charleston scored the next 2 goals, and the Rowdies came back and found the equalizer in the final moments of that contest. But a different challenge tonight. You got a hungry team in Hartford. And you factor in too, these teams have played 14 times in the past. Rowdies have won 10 of those matchups. Hartford has not had a ton of success against the Rowdies historically in their 8-year existence. So they are licking their chops coming in here tonight. And anytime you have a team that has an unbeaten streak like that, sometimes it can get a little bit tough to keep that intact. The pressure starts to build, Jeff, if you know what I mean.
Well, you have the target on your back, right? Everybody wants to be the team to knock the Tampa Bay Rowdies off the mantle, and Hartford right now has the absolute best shot to do it. Charleston had an opportunity on Wednesday. They had the lead late, but the Rowdies were able to respond. But something that the Rowdies have done well all season long, even though they haven't been trailing at half, games that they haven't looked as clean as you would normally think from them, they've done such a good job of responding and making adjustments at halftime based off of what the coaches are telling them. So we get another look at this lineup here. It looks like Leland Archer has entered into the game, which is a great sight for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. I have seen Leland a lot during the course of this season, just working hard, rehabbing. And that's such an interesting, I don't mean to laugh, but that just tells you everything that you need to know about kind of the direction in which Hartford wants to play this game. Off the kickoff, they literally just kick the ball down the field. The ball turns over to the Rowdies, and here they are in their defensive setup, making sure that they don't get broken down as a block. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Rowdies field, Leland Archer. And I'm sorry, I apologize for that little chuckle. It's just I've never really seen that off of a kickoff before.
Leland Archer wearing the number 55. First action is a Tampa Bay Rowdy. There he is. I followed his career through Tormenta FC in the days before COVID, and then made the transition, was a huge part of the Charleston Battery's success. And now he is a Rowdy.
And you love to see things like this because Leland's a player that every day during the rehab, he had a smile on his face around the facility, working hard, trying to get himself back on the field. So you love to see when players put that type of work in when things are frustrating and work themselves back into playing shape.
Max Schneider gets it to Archer. Dos Santos. Schaefer and Archer sharing it. Dos Santos, a little flip over the top. Trying to get there, LaFleur, and it's right into the mitts one more time of Siaha.
But that's the idea. That's the idea from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Be patient with that ball, moving it side to side, get that block of Hartford to get themselves moving, and then once you have that opportunity to get that ball in between the line or get that ball in over the top and find somebody behind, you have to take advantage of it.
Ball is loose. Dolabella comes over to collect for the Rowdies. Tampa Bay now, another clean run here, right side. Rowdies with numbers forward. Hartford scrambling to get back. Sebastian Cruz. Max Schneider. And the game for the Rowdies. Now it's Dos Santos. Dos Santos with the left foot. Ricochets off the defender, and Tampa Bay will throw.
Sometimes this is the hardest thing to do, though, when you're playing a team like Hartford. You just have to stay patient. It's so difficult just moving this ball from side to side because all you want to do is get yourselves forward, but you need to stay patient and wait for those opportunities to open up.
Now Archer scrambling back to gather. Austin Pack still in the game. Remember, Jamali Waite is available tonight if needed. Casciato confident. Pack can do the job. He's done it all year. Conway. Now it's Schneider sending one in and looking for the big target, Dolabella, who was in the 6-yard box.
I like the idea. A little bit of a deeper cross there. There's a little bit more space from that back line and the goalkeeper. Put a cross in from a deeper position. Don't give that Hartford center back the opportunity to get yourself set up inside the box. And here we go, another corner kick opportunity. The service has been a lot better here towards the end of the first half. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Ball comes out of the corner kick. Olivetta. Cross coming in. Now it's Sebastian Cruz. Cruz places it towards the middle, and it is gathered by the visitors. Rowdies able to get it right back. The good slide that time by LaFleur. Hartford will clear it. And now the visitors will settle in, try and get a good possession off. Tampa Bay, another takeaway. Schaefer and company putting immense pressure on the guys in green. Santos. Again, they attack the middle. And a little bit too hot on the touch that time by Conway.
I mean, Hartford's more than comfortable trying to win this game 1-0. That you can already tell. But within that, the Tampa Bay Rowdies need to be very careful, not committing themselves too much, because these are the type of long balls. They want to play these long balls. They want to play those counterattacking balls. Easy offsides there from the referee. So within that patience of possession, you still need to make sure that you're organized defensively, because when that ball does turn over, what Hartford wants to do is play that deep ball, run underneath of it, try to get that second goal. And the way that Hartford's playing defense right now, a 2-goal lead will be really tough for the Tampa Bay Rowdies to overcome.
Tampa Bay once again on the attack. Rowdies have played this entire half thus far on the opposing side. Another run made. This one sent to the box. The header was on by Conway. Once again, Hartford in place. That back line has been stingy for the first 50 minutes. This one sent in once again. Rowdies continue to try and find that sweet spot. Leland Archer with Dos Santos, and now Dolabella. Ball moving quickly, and we are going to get a foul here, as it was Arturo Dispe coming up making contact with Dolabella that time. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. You can catch live matches and expert analysis every day on CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com and USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Mateus Olivetta, 2 goals to his credit this season for the Rowdies. Once again, little curl on this one. Ball is live.
Handball.
Looked like it. And play on. Oh, I'm not going to be happy again. Brad Jensen, our lead official, may have missed it.
He was right there on top of it. I wonder if he's saying that the hand was in a natural position and the ball to hand. Definitely looked like there was contact off an arm or a hand with the ball in the box.
Max Schneider with Oliveira. Dos Santos. So much possession time so far here tonight. LaFleur. Oliveira trying to find some space. Pressure across that touchline. They're going to award it to Hartford Athletic.
As you're going to look at it here, the potential handball.
Ooh.
Just a two. I mean, the referee is right on top of it. For me, that's a penalty kick. I understand his hand is in a natural position when he's going up and getting the ball, but the missed header, the two players coming into each other, not a very natural circumstance that led to that. Referee was right on top of it, though, so clearly his opinion is the one that matters more than mine, but for me, I think I'm pointing to the spot on that one. It's mainly just because of the awkwardness of it. You know, there's a lot of times where the ball might hit your hand, you're falling, you're trying to brace yourself.
Rowdies once again running. Andy Myers! Oh, centered that one right in a really nice spot, just in front of that 6-yard box.
And that's one where the Tampa Bay Rowdies, when you see Andy Myers making that type of run, can Evan Conway get there a little bit earlier? Can he get to that near post? Can he stay with Andy Myers making that run so that he has an option in the box?
So Rowdies thirsty here for a call. A couple opportunities to start half number 2. Cruz going to run this down. If you are head coach Dominic Casciato here, Jeff, it is a long season for this squad. As Hartford's able to regain possession here, and here they come. Cariaga able to put some extra touch on it. And the point I was referring to, obviously you want to win this game, you want to preserve the streak, but you also have an entire season you've got to manage. What's the thought process going in? How much does the streak play into winning this game, or is it just another game in the big picture?
Well, I think that for this one, more importantly, it's a home game. It's a home game versus an Eastern Conference team that's underneath you in the standings. So getting points in this game, you know, as the seasons draw on, of course, you want to keep the undefeated streak intact, but winning your home games and getting points against Eastern Conference teams is of the utmost importance no matter when you're doing that. So I think that this is an important one for the Rowdies, but within that, you know, it's a long week. This is a grind. There was a very emotional game played here on Wednesday night. The team needs to recover. They need to respond. So for me, I think that this game is very important in order just your standings in the Eastern Conference and making sure that Hartford doesn't creep up on you.
This one sent into the box. And once again, Siaha in position.
This game presents a very different challenge for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, though. The way that Hartford likes to play, it's not the way that a lot of teams in this league play. So giving up that early goal, trying to have to break down this defense, being a little bit frustrated. These are all learning moments for a team that, you know, we talked about the streak and how unprecedented it is. This team has just come together. 21, 22 new players. They've had 16 games together now, or 15 and a half. So these are all learning things that the Rowdies need to go through and learning growing pains that they need to go through. They just haven't had to deal with the loss yet. So we talk about all that, but this is a team that's still coming together, still gelling. It's just been underneath the shadow of a 15-game unbeaten streak.
Every single game, every night, a unique challenge in USL Championship, and the Rowdies learning something every step of the way. Well, turn on Sirius XM FC Channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, with USL All Access Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, the MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Rowdies trying to look for that first goal. Crowd has not had much to cheer about thus far here tonight. Cruz with Dolabella and Oliveira. He's spreading the ball around here. Dos Santos. This one will be lofted in. And again, easy pickings for Siaha.
Those balls aren't going to work. That's just being a little bit too impatient. Good tackle from Schaefer.
Schaefer does that so well. Olivetta now and Tampa Bay look to counter themselves. Ball doesn't quite make it to the floor. Hartford will build their own offense here in the 57th minute. Drew Felios alongside Jeff Attinella and Deandra Lou. And your Tampa Bay Rowdies here in 2026. Thrilled to be back on the air tonight on Tampa Bay's 44 and on ESPN Plus. Feels like it's been a while, doesn't it?
It has been a long time. I started thinking about it a little bit more. We haven't sat in this booth in quite some time.
Here's Anderson attacking the other way. Anderson puts it in front. Oh, the Rowdies lucky to dodge a bullet there, and the defense just a little bit late to respond.
Yeah, LaFleur gets a little bit caught out of position. That ball in over the top is a dangerous ball right across the box. Almost just sitting there waiting for a Hartford player to run underneath of it. Fortunately for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, nobody is up there with them.
Oh, a little bit of a talking to. A couple players going out of here, and it was Dos Santos and Anderson right there, middle of your screen, who are having major words right now. These two guys have been battling all night long and just were on a collision course a few seconds ago.
Yeah, I think Dos Santos is frustrated. He thinks that Anderson made a meal of it, trying to draw that free kick or penalty in and around the box. Dos Santos responded, was not happy with that, barking at him. This is the one thing. I love Dos Santos' passion in this moment, but you need to keep your composure. You need to stay calm. This has been a frustrating game for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. The way that Hartford likes to play frustrates teams. They're going to try to dive. They're going to try to get every opportunity that they can. And Dos Santos letting Anderson know how he feels about it.
Did you see the moment last night in that World Cup match when the player got called for the dive for Paraguay late in that matchup?
Almiron used to play for Atlanta. Lost to him in an MLS Cup final, that guy.
Did you really?
Happy to see him get a yellow card for that. Selfishly.
Love the stories. And I love how they're being more proactive, Jeff, this year. Whenever a player goes down for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even touched, so it was nice that the replay was retroactively going back, and especially when you take away the yellow card from Ream. In these tournaments, yellow cards count. Yellow cards mean a lot. You don't want to accumulate them. You lose a player, yellow card accumulation, so if they get it wrong, you like to see that they're willing to go look at the replay and make sure that they take it away.
Dos Santos, and now Tolabella. Rowdies attacking here. Ostrom lofts it in. Middle of the box. Tampa Bay trying to get a shot on. Struck once more. Ricochets around. Everybody seemed to get a touch. Max Schneider had the final shot. This is Ostrom again. Middle of the box. Rowdies trying to sort it out. Sebastian Cruz. Lots of traffic. Tampa Bay navigating it. Now Dos Santos just ran out of space. And Hartford now collecting with numbers.
Oh, Schaefer looks like he was shaking up on that playoff and hitting that shot.
Oh, Leyland Archer tried to take it away, and now the Rowdies really scrambling, and that is great work by Dolabella, who had to really come back and look. Those two again. Dos Santos once again with Sebastian Anderson. These two guys are going to be seeing each other in their sleep.
Yeah, Dos Santos needs to be careful. He's getting a little bit chippy. He's voicing off quite a bit. But look at this effort from Dolabella on this play. He gets around Archer. Look at the effort from Dolabella to make sure that recovery run. Great work defensively. And again, these two are going at it. But look at the effort here from Dolabella, making sure that he's getting back, clearing up that tackle, doing the recovery work after Archer gets caught out. Right now, for me, the big deal is out on that initial shot. Schaefer looked like he was waving towards the sideline. So he takes the shot. The ball turns over. The ball didn't come off cleanly. You tell the medical team is checking on Schaefer now. You just hope that everything's okay.
So Charlie Ostrom comes on. LaFleur is out. And again, Dos Santos, he is the captain of this team tonight. He has got to be the guy who keeps his cool. You cannot have your captain, Jeff, You obviously want to be tough, but you can't constantly be getting into skirmishes like that.
No, you just need to be calm. You need to be composed. I understand what he's upset about. He thinks that there's been diving, but you need to understand that, look, they just shared water bottles. There you go. Maybe there's peace being made between the two of them, but you need to understand that Hartford's going to do everything that they can to try to slow this game down. They're going to do everything they can to try to get a set piece in an awkward spot. So it's all about the captain just keeping your composure. I don't mind the chippiness. I don't mind letting players know that he doesn't like the diving, but at the same time, you can't be affording to get yellow cards, and you want to just make sure that no matter what you're doing, you're keeping your composure throughout the course of the game.
And now it's going to be TJ Prestis coming on here for Hartford Athletic. And for the Rowdies, it's the number 10, Russell Cicerone of Tampa Bay. Needs an offensive lift. No better guy than number 10 to do the trick.
I like the substitute here from Casiato, bringing in Cicerone. He's a player, you know he's going to put his head down, you know he's going to work hard, you know he's going to press. Bring a little bit more energy to this offensive side for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
So TJ Prestis on, Cicerone waits for the Rowdies, and here comes Russell Cicerone. 2 goals this year, but such an incredible impact he has made on the Rowdies' attack. 100% all the time from this guy. Ryan Schaefer's night is done. And hopefully for Schaefer, that is not a lingering injury, because right now he looks like he is in pain and he's pointing towards the groin area.
You can tell when he took that shot, he immediately waved to the bench, so hopefully it's more of just a scare. I'm sure we'll learn more as the week goes on.
Ostrom going to be called for the offside here. Want to salute our sponsor tonight, Suncoast Credit Union. More perks, less fees. Join Suncoast today. Line drive sent into the direction of Austin Pack, and tell you what, not the most innovative offense we're seeing by Hartford Athletic, but right now they are leading 1-0. And this game is going exactly the way they have planned. Almost like they're more comfortable playing defense than attacking on their own.
Very comfortable in this block, and they want to continue on the counterattack. The possession numbers in this game are going to be so one-sided, but again, it's possession with a purpose, right? Moving the ball from side to side, trying to break those lines. If you can't get past that initial line, if you can't get past that midfield line, you're playing right into the way that Hartford wants to play.
Rowdies trying to pick their spots here. Dolabella gets a touch. There's the possession time, 75%. Rowdies trying to find Conway just before the end line. Ball goes in and out. Rowdies now have it. Dos Santos. Ostrom. Ricochets out. A corner kick will be on the way. Sebastian Anderson got a piece for Hartford.
That's good patience from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. It comes off of that initial run. They're moving the ball from side to side. Conway finds his space in behind. The ball recycles. You get the ball out to Ostrom out wide. Hartford's chasing. They're defending. Get yourself a corner kick. Maybe it needs to be a set piece. It's going to be the thing that breaks through for the Tampa Bay Rowdies tonight.
Connie Grow corner kick. Here it comes. Dos Santos.
Your numbers in the box. Can you get the ball back in the box?
Oliveira tries to go far post with it, a little heavy-footed that time. It seems like, even though he is a defender, Dos Santos has had the ball exceptionally long sequences tonight, whenever you would think maybe some of the midfielders should share some of the load, Jeff.
Well, that might be something that the Tampa Bay Rowdies need to talk about, is maybe having a midfielder come back and collecting that ball, getting it off the center back's foot so that the center backs aren't the ones dictating the game. But again, it's just a very frustrating style to play against, because you just want to move that ball, you want to try to break the lines, you want to be aggressive, but the key to it is being patient and having good timely times to break the lines and waiting for your moments, and when they happen, you take advantage of them.
Once again, Dos Santos complaining that players are going down, taking dives on the other side. Soccer season is here. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Rowdies trying to hurry up. Max Schneider. Still plenty of time to work with for Tampa Bay. And Brad Jensen's going to move this ball way back. Make the Rowdies do a little extra work here.
Schneider almost said, okay, try to keep up with me.
Russell Cicerone. Ostrom puts it into the sweet spot. Rowdies. Dolabella in traffic. Dolabella keeping it. And once again, it will go out. Rowdies with another corner. It'll be Olivetta.
What I like about that play initially is Cicerone not afraid to drive at that back line. He gets the ball, he drives. Ostrom making that overlapping run.
Sebastian Cruz sends it back here. Rowdies, another chance. And you just feel like eventually that goal is going to be had. Hartford able to send it out. The corner kicks continue to pile up.
That's a great effort there from Scarlett. It looked like Luis Perez was wide open on that far post, but Scarlett doing a great job in that recovery run. Able to clear the ball. It is a corner, but prevented a goal there.
Another Colony Grove corner kick. Mateus Olivetta, the outswinger. Rowdies crashing. Ball on the ground, not going to make it to its target. And Olivetta certainly wants that one back.
Yeah, he's been very accurate with his crosses tonight. The last two have been a little bit off. Seemed to be messing with the ground a little bit on that one. Maybe something happened there. That was an area I was squeegeing on Wednesday, though, so I felt like it was a pretty clean up area.
Archer, perhaps a little tug that time. Hartford asking for it, not going to get it. Dolabella now sharing with Olivetta. Olivetta going down, and that's going to really frustrate the visiting side. And as the Rowdies get a call that Hartford does not.
Archer was pretty lucky there on the no call. Last defender pulled the jersey down, but no call from the referee. Have to be careful there on that situation if you're Leland Archer.
Cicerone. Rowdies trying to find a spark. It is games like this that test your stamina. Most of all, they test your patience. And for the Rowdies, let's see how they respond. Trailing 1-0, 70th minute. Here trying to go 16 games unbeaten, which would tie a league record. Able to keep it in, sending it to the goal. Austin Pack, lucky for the Rowdies that time. Again, rare chance for the visitors, but it was effective.
That is a great save there from Austin Pack coming out on that cross. The attacker got himself behind Leland Archer, found that space in the near post, but Austin Pack doing a good job making himself big, keeping his team in the game.
Numbers the other way now. Cicerone, 1v1. This is where he is so good. Just knocked off the ball though this time, and a good job by the number 22, TJ Prestis.
That's a good bit of defending, but I like that from Cicerone. Don't be afraid to take these players on 1v1. Try to drive at that back line.
And eventually call the offside. We saw Dos Santos calling for it. Augie Williams set to check in. He was outstanding for Hartford Athletic on their Wednesday, or rather last Saturday's win against the New York Cosmos. This guy was electric, had a goal and an assist. And 2 goals on the season. He certainly can play.
Augie Williams, he was a Portland Timbers Academy player when I spent some time in Portland, so I got to know him pretty well. Did a good job with Pittsburgh. Has put together a very solid USL career.
Dos Santos and the Rowdies. Again, Leland Archer taking some air out of it. Rowdies get it to the middle. Cicerone. Ricocheted. That ball had a clear path. Look out. It certainly could have been the first Rowdies goal. Kemperauto knows your journey, and they'll help you along the way. They're affordable, personalized auto insurance that you can count on. Get a quote today at Kemper.com. Ostrom. Good trajectory that time.
I like what Cicerone's trying to do and the impact that he's trying to make on this game. He gets the ball, he drives at those defenders, doesn't give them the opportunity to be comfortable. Instead of moving that ball side to side, he's not afraid to try to take these players on 1v1. I don't want to be too critical of the referee, but it's been a pretty confusing one to follow tonight. Some of the fouls that he's called, some of the fouls that he hasn't called. Just a little bit confusing in terms of the consistency and what's a foul tonight and what hasn't been a foul.
So Cicerone having an impact. Hartford able to gain possession courtesy of the foul. And now Sebastian Cruz tries to track it down in the corner. Hartford throw on the way. Hartford had a magical season last year. They won the Jägermeister Cup. That is the equivalent of the Prinks Tires USL Cup this season. And again, their first playoff appearance in 2025, trying to ride that momentum into this year. They've only got 3 victories to their credit. Hard to believe watching this team tonight compete. 5 draws on their byline as well. But just those 3 wins and 2 losses. Cicerone sending it forward. Conway. Also want to add, you know how long the USL season is. A lot of these teams, they don't quite find their stride till mid-seasons or late in the second half of seasons. Teams really seem to kick it into high gear.
Well, also too, the Rowdies in the USL in general are close to the mental health break that's going to be taken towards the latter weeks of June. So you can tell that these players, it's been a grind so far this season as they try to squeak this one out. But when you start stacking games with Wednesday games, weekend games, that's when the legs start to get a little bit heavy and you start to figure out, you talk about the dog days of summer, this is exactly what we're talking about.
Crowd coming alive here for the Rowdies. Here comes Tampa Bay, sharing it nicely, trying to get it into the box. Hartford Athletic able to get a foot on it just the right time, and now numbers the other way for the visiting side. Conway tries the slide. Rowdies come up with nothing. Hartford still with a chance. They put it in front. Oh, just a tap away from doubling their lead, and the Rowdies once again escape one.
The soccer fate is on the Rowdies side, and when you're talking about those opportunities missed from Hartford, it's a good run here. This does a good job getting himself around Leland Archer. It's a good ball in, that flick, and it's just Augie Williams just unable to get there on that far post. Is Augie Williams. He's making the run. It's a great ball across. Just a couple inches away from making this game 2-0, and the Rowdies still have some life to them.
Huge moment right there in this game. Ostrom going to try again. Comes right back. This one will be deflected out.
It's things like that that make you think there's still a little bit of luck, soccer luck on the Tampa Bay Rowdies side. It's a great opportunity there for Hartford. There was another opportunity as well where Pack made the big time save.
Now it's Dolabella trying to sneak one in, and perhaps if anything can get this Rowdies team going, it is the tarps off in the stadium right now, and I believe it is in effect one more time here just below the booth.
Tarps are off. Let's see if it brings some luck to the Tampa Bay Rowdies on the field. There we go. There it is. Good little shot at it.
So perhaps just what the Rowdies need to salvage their first goal. Olivetta. Cicerone pushed off the ball that time. Sebastian Cruz. Dos Santos. Rowdies searching for an opening. Olivetta touches right. Conway avoiding trouble. Top of the box now. Rowdies trying to turn. There's the shot. Siaha, right place, right time once again.
It's good work there from Conway getting the ball across. He's able to find Emily Myers on top of the box, and Emily Myers' quick release, that beats a lot of goalkeepers. It doesn't take much. Look at this quick touch from Emily Myers and how fast he's able to get this shot off. Quick touch, turn, shot. Siaha's up to the task. Does a good job holding on to the ball.
Rowdies going to get another call here. They're going to say corner kick, I believe. No, it's going to be a goal kick this time, looks like. So another hydration break here on the way, and a chance for the fans to really get behind this Rowdy side. A chance for Tampa Bay to recharge, and the Tarps are kicking once again. We know what happened the last time the Tarps came off, Jeff. You joined the party there, and they're asking for it again, Jeff.
Nah, not tonight. Not tonight. We're gonna keep the tarp on tonight. Shirt staying on tonight.
Definitely you cannot fault the effort tonight from Tampa Bay. Offense just a little bit off, getting some new pieces engaged. Leyland Archer getting a chance. And Coach Casciato right now saying, keep it going, keep it going. The goal is to be had. It is coming here. So we will see if a goal is to be had for these Rowdies. Turn to the CBS Sports Network on Saturday, June 20th. A thrilling Western Conference showdown. Las Vegas Lights versus Orange County SC, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network, June 20th. '79th minute. And a night that is testing the resilience, the patience, and everything else for this Rowdy side. Hartford Athletic closing in on what would be by far their biggest victory of the season, snapping the Rowdies' unbeaten streak. But 15 minutes, which is approximately how much more time we have to play this game, is an eternity in soccer.
And again, this is where they need to stay patient. I know I've been stressing patience this entire half, but that's the way that you're going to break down this team. Wait for your opportunities. I like that effort there from Emily Myers, and I do like what we're talking about, what the forwards are bringing to the table here. Russell Cicerone started driving the ball at the back line, trying to create that way. You saw a good effort there from Conway as well, trying to drive at that back line, create a different situation for his teams by putting pressure on that Hartford defense. There's still plenty of time in this game for the Rowdies to get one, but it's going to take a little bit of patience and honestly a little bit of luck the way that Siaha, the goalkeeper for Hartford, has been playing tonight.
Dos Santos, team captain, trying to get it going for the Rowdies. Dolabella, another curler coming in. Rowdies in the box one more time. MD Myers, their top offensive threat, keeps it from the end line. Is there an opening in this defense? Deflected one more time, and it will belong to Hartford Athletic. Want to say a special happy birthday to our booth mate here, Julius Tobier, now 19 years old, as he is doing a great job on Tampa Bay Rowdies broadcast this year. Julius, an integral part of our Rowdies crew here. Happy birthday, my friend, and keep up the great work. Russell Cicerone attacking, lofting it across the pitch. Rowdies scrambled to collect. And now in the air, and again into the hands of Siaha. Cicerone. Ball goes out of bounds. Tampa Bay trying to collect it. Ostrom centers it. Tampa Bay! Oh, another shot deflected. Olivera. Right in front of goal. And once again, Hartford denying their defense spectacular tonight.
Just a great effort there from the back line of Hartford. They're putting their bodies on the line, blocking these shots. That ball looked like it was destined for the goal, but again, just putting everything on the line. It's this Hartford team defensively. You can tell they're wearing down a little bit. They're tired, but not too much time left in this game. Up to the guys, keep putting balls into the box.
Olivera once again puts it right in front of the goal. Tampa Bay will scramble to it. Crowd so thirsty for a goal. Dos Santos. And now Schneider also gets a toe on it. It rolls out of bounds. One of our sponsors tonight, Union Home Mortgage. Huge. You can purchase, refinance, cash out as well. Get the mortgage you can rave about. Go to UHN.com. Union Home Mortgage, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And the Rowdies thrilled to have Union Home Mortgage on the front of their kits here in 2026. One more look.
Oh, it's just the block there. I mean, you talk about on both sides of the ball. There's been blocks, there's been missed opportunities. There's other goals out there left in this game, but see if one of them is going to belong to the Rowdies. Try to keep this streak alive.
So here comes Hartford now on the attack. Cariaga. Hartford decides to possess here. They have not done that, and they've been good with it the entire night. I wonder if they could go the entire distance with that game plan, as it's touched out of bounds.
I mean, you have to give Hartford a lot of credit defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, even from the second half, they kicked the ball off. They put the ball literally right to the Rowdies' foot, gave them the opportunity to have a goal kick, and they just said, try to break us down. And so far, it's been the effort from Hartford defensively that's been able to keep the Rowdies off the board. The goalkeeper, Siaha, has done a great job making big-time saves. And here we go. We got a fresh body, Henderlong, coming on. See if he can make a difference here.
Carson Henderlong, remember, he had that tremendous run in USL Cup play. Also was able to get a few starts out of it. Carson Henderlong comes on for the Rowdies, certainly capable. As Conway is done. I had a feeling coming in, Jeff, that it would just be Conway's night tonight, and just did not go his way. Certainly had a few opportunities there, but just could not find his moment. And sometimes in this game, simply have to be patient. Your time will come.
We had Evan Myers on the pod. We were talking about the goals that he was scoring, and that kind of happens for forwards. He said, you know, goals come in bunches. They come in waves. It seems like once you get one, then you get two, then you get three, and you know that's just kind of the life of a forward. So I think Conway's in one of those situations where once he gets one, the goals will start flowing again. But getting that one sometimes is the hardest part.
Rowdies once again spreading this defense. Great movement by Hartford Athletic. Brendan Burke's game plan executed to perfection here tonight. Redirected once again. Not on frame.
It's going to take a moment. It's going to take a moment from one of these Tampa Bay Rowdies players, almost a little bit of a moment for brilliance. Maybe it's an individual effort, driving at the back line, pulling off a shot, taking on players.
Olivera and the Rowdies once again. Sebastian Cruz looking for a handball once more. Official Brad Jensen right there, didn't see it, or at least didn't see it that way. And two players tied up again. Archer. And the Rowdies looking to play on. Rowdies look like they're going to get this call here. Brendan Burke again incensed.
Yeah, he wanted a foul call on that one. He might have said his ball might have hit the hand before the foul happened. That's the only thing I can really think about for that call.
Another one that could have gone either way.
Yeah, it looked like the ball hit the hand first.
Olivera, so many services in he has had tonight. One more. Why not? Again, no damage done. Oh, what a slide that time by Dos Santos. Rowdies, can they build off this? Ostrom. It goes out of bounds. Crowd appreciates it.
I can see something a little bit different than just dumping the ball into the box. Hartford, this is playing right into their hands. They've done such a good job of clearing their lines. Can we be a little bit more creative?
Lofted up once more. Dos Santos. And now Cicerone. Ostrom. Middle of the box. Sent in. And again, Siaha comes up with it. Scrambling on the ground. A collision down on the ground also that time, and the goalkeeper is shaken up.
Oh, yeah, it's Siaha here. He's in a vulnerable position when he leaves his feet and gets himself to the ground. It's two players going to the ball, but anytime as a goalkeeper, you're left a little bit unprotected on those loose balls. The Rowdies do a much better job here getting the ball deeper, and that cross comes from a deep area. Oh, how does that ball not go in? How does this ball not go in? Watch this. Goes through the goalkeeper's legs here, and the goalkeeper spins, reacts. His trail hand keeps the ball out of the back of the net. And then it's Cruz and Siaha coming together. Siaha got the worst of it, but how does that ball not find the back of the net? It's that trail hand there for Siaha that makes the save. And again, this goalkeeper has made save after save. Very impressive game from him tonight. And that ball right there. Hard to believe that ball didn't find the back of the net.
Sometimes just one of those nights where a goal is just not to be had, starting to feel like one of those nights for the Rowdies.
And it's been a while since they've had one of those nights.
Yes,
so, you know,
really
the soccer gods, you know, they could go both ways sometimes, but
again, Coach Casciato looks like he's going at it a bit with Brendan Burke. Casciato is not shy when it comes to letting other coaches know exactly how he feels.
No, he is not.
Now a Rowdy is down. It looks like Olivetta. And perhaps a cramp for Tampa Bay. Here in the 90th minute. On a hot and humid night, would not be surprised if that's the case. Usually when players are doing this, that is the case.
That is the universal signal for I have a cramp. There's still going to be time in this game, though. Wouldn't be surprised to see how many minutes on. I would say probably minimum of 5 would be my guess. Still time left in this game. Dom Casciato, we learned this week, he calls this Tampa time. This is the crunch time. This is where they're able to get their goal versus Charleston. See if there's a little bit more magic in this Tampa time. 8 minutes, yeah, that sounds about right. There's been a lot of different stoppages, so plenty of time here for the Tampa Bay Rowdies to remain patient, try to get that goal that they've been searching for.
So Tampa Bay, once again, will try and build. Denied time, and again here tonight. Ostrom and company. Again, sending it right into the breadbasket of Siaha. A little bit impatient.
He's out of the box.
Sebastian Anderson. Anderson lofts one in. Austin Pack gets a hand on it.
That's an important touch there by Pack as well. Hartford had a player streaking down that far post. If Austin doesn't get that touch in, he's got an opportunity to get that header on goal.
.23 shots on goal tonight. 14 corners to 1 on the other side. Incredible. Again, the main stat, the score. Hartford leads by a goal. 92nd minute. Rowdies attack with Dolabella. He'll send one up. Rowdies looking for that magical final touch. And another corner kick to be had. It'll be Russell Cicerone.
I like that from the Rowdies, though. It's a little bit more creativity that we're seeing out of Henderlong. He comes and checks back in, plays that ball around back to Dolabella, and then continues his run. It's going to take some creative movements to get past his Hartford back line.
Cicerone, a laser. Rowdies will track it down here with Schneider. Ostrom lofts it in again. Rowdies trying to get ahead on it with Dolabella. Great effort.
Finds himself in the box. It's a good ball in there from Ostrom. He has a lot of assists to his name this year. It's a good, dangerous ball into the box, curling away from the goalkeeper. It's just a contested header, and that's something that Hartford's been able to do tonight so well. Contesting the headers, not giving a lot of players free looks inside the box. You can tell it's been frustrating for players like Dolabella.
Rowdies certainly not done. He had time to be had. Still here at Outlet. Again, this is the only game so far here at home with the Rowdies have not had a goal this late. And the first time this season where the Rowdies did not score first. Hartford trying to put the finishing touch on it here. Austin Pack able to deflect. Rowdies dodge another bullet. Cicerone, the nice outlet. Ostrom running with him. Put it in front. Coming way out is Siaha. Ball sent into nowhere. Hartford clearly playing to keep this scoreline as it is. About midway through the extra time. Max Schneider. Dolabella very active here in the second half. Ball sent in near on the ground this time and easily cleared by the visiting side. Leyland Archer, you gotta wonder, is he 100%? Sometimes you kind of hold your breath when he is deep. Some of those Hartford players coming out.
Augie Williams doing a good job here, creating that time, creating that space.
Williams crosses one in. Rowdies easily gobble it up.
This one for the Rowdies, every possession is so valuable. If Hartford's able to get the ball, they're able to kill the clock. You have to really value each possession. You don't want to force anything.
Schneider and Cruz. Cruz trying to go over the top. MD Myers was the target, but he was marked that time. And once again, Siaha. Well, what an impressive performance. This guy could be a contender for USL Championship Player of the Week. He has played that impressively here at Outlet.
Absolutely, but again, the Rowdies, there's still a little bit of time here. I know it's tough when you're on the field. You don't know how much stoppage time is run off. You don't know the clock. There's still time to stay patient. You don't want to keep forcing these balls in, giving Siaha the opportunity to come off his line and gather it up.
Cicerone. So good going east-west. Sneak one in. And just nobody on the other end of it. Dolabella was close. Oh, how about that? No contact. Siaha initiating that time. Players are down all over the box.
Tough to tell what happened there. MD Myers seems like he's in quite a bit of pain there.
Myers is not a guy to go down if he is not injured. Here is Cicerone. See where that happened after the ball gets picked up. Right here, Myers walks over to him. Ooh.
Oh, just puts his shoulder into him. At this moment in the game, I understand Myers' frustration, but you're not giving a pen. You're not giving a pen over something like that. He's making a play at the ball, trying to protect the ball. I can understand the effort there. I understand the effort there from MD, trying to get the ref to make that call, but for me, that's just not one. At this stage in the game, you're not calling that a penalty.
Picked up the ball, lunged intentionally into him again. An aggressive play, but at this stage in the game, you're not getting that. And we play on here. So clock.
I mean, for this stage in the game, there's so much confusion going on down in the field right now.
Time certainly of the essence. And as you've said, there have been a lot of moments in this game where players just seem to be really confused what is a foul and what is not.
There's just been a lack of consistency. I think that both teams have been a little bit frustrated with the center referee tonight. And again, they have a tough job. The center referees have a tough job. I'm not going to sit up here and critique somebody at their work, but at the same time, it's just been the lack of consistency. I think that there's been confusion across the board for both teams, and what is a foul, what isn't a foul. That's always difficult when you're playing in the games.
So finally the ball placed down here. It seemed like a lot of time just lost there for.
Well, even within that, there needs to be at least 2 minutes added on for the conversations that were taking place there.
MD Myers and the Rowdies hope to get to work. Still with something in the tank. 100th minute here at Al Lang. Sebastian Cruz takes a bad angle. Can't catch up to it.
See if there's how much time is left in this game. Really can't be too much. There's been a lot of stoppages within stoppage time, but.
And now looks like a player is down cramping for Hartford, sitting in the box there. And now gets up, goes down again. And crowd certainly a bit restless here at Al Lang. Arturo Dizpay that time, the Cuban.
But again, there needs to be added time for this.
And he's being asked right now to leave the field as he goes down twice. And this could be a factor here. He goes off the field. You create a little advantage here. And the final possessions for Tampa Bay. That is not what Hartford wants to happen at this point.
I think with the referee, the way that things have been going right now, there might be another additional minute or two added on. So there might be one last breath here for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Not entirely sure why the ref's making him leave the field because no medical staff came onto the field, but that's the ref's call there. So see how much time we got left in this game, how much is added on to this additional 8 minutes that's already been tacked on.
Rowdies hope to get a final chance, perhaps two here in the waning seconds. Russell Cicerone attacking left side, sending one in. Rowdies trying to get a piece of it and simply cannot.
It's just those little things that knock on the Rowdies' way. It's a little deflection there from Henderlong that throws off the header for Mateus. Just getting a look at it here. Cicerone doing a good job driving at that back line, getting the ball deep, out swinging ball, and it's that initial deflection from Henderlong The ball just not falling their way on the offensive side tonight for the Rowdies. There's an opportunity to get numbers up. Need to get numbers up. Might be the last time.
So perhaps the final chance. It's been a long struggle tonight for the home side. Dos Santos and the Rowdies. Still with a glimmer of hope. Cicerone. Schneider.
Just a little bit too heavy there from Schneider.
Yep. Sebastian Cruz not going to come down with it. And now an uneven advantage here for the visitors. Hartford trying to tack on another goal. Austin Pack with the deflection. Rowdies again somehow salvage defensively.
Good job.
They get numbers forward here?
Good job there from Pack. That's 2 saves he's had in the second half to keep the Rowdies in it. Let's see, this should be the last ditch effort here. Can they get the ball into the box?
Cicerone. Schneider sends one in. And again, nobody home. And that is going to do it. Hartford Athletic has come to Tampa Bay, and they take it 1-0, snapping the Rowdies' historic 15-game unbeaten streak.
You see the reaction from the goalkeeper, Siaha. He knows what it means. Just a big-time effort there from Hartford defensively, big-time effort from the goalkeeper and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They left everything on the field this week, but you can tell that this goalkeeper is very excited about the result.
Anthony Siaha, clearly the player of the match for Hartford Athletic. The Rowdies will try and regroup, but still lots to play for. Just one game on the schedule. We'll recap and hopefully have more when we return to LA.
The Tampa Bay Rowdies are back at Al Lang Stadium for the 2026 season with new players, new hunger, and new standards. But we can't do it alone. Talent alone doesn't win games. Your support matters. The atmosphere matters. Every rep, every sprint, every tackle, we are fighting for you. The season starts now. Join the fight and get your tickets at rowdysoccer.com. Come on, you Rowdies.
Morgan Auto Group has the selection you need and the service you want. With over 28,000 vehicles across 70 dealerships and 28 brands. Plus, everything from basic maintenance to collision repairs. And over 20 years of service in the community. From our home in Tampa down to Southwest Florida to Miami and West Palm, across Central Florida, through Gainesville and Lake City, up to Jacksonville and our state capital. Shop Morgan Auto Group, Florida's largest automotive retailer. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Your love of driving started early. As you zoomed down your imaginary highway, someone was always there to protect you, to make sure you're still covered. Kemper Auto knows your journey and will help you along the way. Affordable, personalized auto insurance you can count on. Get a quote today.
The final score. Hartford Athletic has come into Al Lang Stadium and they have shocked the league as they take it over the Rowdies, snapping Tampa Bay's 15-game unbeaten streak. Drew Felios, Jeff Attinella, Deandra Liu with the call here tonight. And for the Rowdies, it was a game of chance after chance, just simply could not find a way to put it in the back of the net. Hartford Athletic, they don't possess the ball much, but their keeper, Anthony Siaha, just brilliant from the start. Incredible save after save. Austin Pack had some nice saves as well. It was a fun battle early.
Yeah, this was just a situation where the ball bounced Hartford's way on this goal. They did a good job of getting numbers into the box. Austin Pack makes a great save, but unfortunately it lands right at Anderson's feet, who makes the most of it. But this game was all about Hartford's defense and Siaha, the goalkeeper, making big-time saves. I mean, that is a goal more times than not. But look at this reaction save. He's able to keep the ball out of the back of the net. And when you're making saves like that, that means you are dialed in as a goalkeeper. But you have to give... Look, the way that Hartford played tonight, it's a very frustrated way to play against. They had some missed opportunities there in the counter-attacking, but the possession, the corners, the shots on goal, everything favored the Tampa Bay Rowdies. But at the end of the day, this is a Hartford team that prides himself on being tough to break down defensively. This is a goalkeeper that's capable of making big-time saves. And it was just little tiny missed opportunities like this when you're talking about the Rowdies night tonight.
Tampa Bay can't chance after chance. Little collision there with the keeper. As Cruz goes to the deck, Siaha was shaken up on that play, but he got up and he was mean and he was ready and he was nasty as the keeper tonight. Brought that attitude, I think. It trickled down to all of the players on Hartford Athletic. Tampa Bay still had chances late. Down to the final gun. Players towards the end of this game, dehydrated, tired. Andy Myers trying to draw some kind of contact. Just not meant to be for the guys in their new kits here tonight.
Yeah, well, listen, you know, anytime you go on a streak like that, of course, it's sad to see it come to an end. But at the end of the day, that's one loss for the Tampa Bay Rowdies on the season. You look at the numbers, this plays into the way that Hartford wanted to play. The shots on target actually favored Hartford, which is pretty surprising when you look at it. But the possession, the shots, the corners, the opportunities, everything favored the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They were on the ball all night. But again, that's how Hartford designed the setup. They were able to get that early goal. They rode it out, and that's just what they wanted to do tonight. And it was a successful formula for Hartford, and unfortunately for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, all good things must come to an end, and that streak just ended. But it's time to start a new one if they're able to get things rolling again.
Also, keep in mind it was the third match in a week for the Rowdies. Legs got to be just a little bit weary. There were times where the Rowdies just lacked a little bit of spunk tonight. Overall, no reason to panic. Mid part of the season, it happens here in USL Championship. The teams are just that good. The upcoming schedule for Hartford looks like this. They'll host Pittsburgh, and that game will be next week. Louisville City again in their near future with Orange County, Westchester, and Rhode Island FC on the 18th of July. For the Rowdies, Brooklyn FC next on the slate, and then hosting on the 4th of July. It's going to be a fun night here at Al Lang, Jeff. Thrilled to be working on the 4th of July here at Al Lang.
Yeah, of course, and of course there will be beautiful fireworks coming off the backdrop of Al Lang Stadium. And look, this is a schedule coming up. They go on the road to Brooklyn, and then they get a little bit of a break. And I think that this is a Rowdy team that needs to regroup. They need a break. They need to rest their legs. It's been a grueling schedule, and they've had the pressure of the streak that's been on their back. But now they don't have that pressure anymore, and you know, all eyes are on the Prince Tires USL Cup, that game versus Naples. They've already advanced out of group play. They're still sitting in first place, so there's a lot of positive things going for this Tampa Bay Rowdies group despite the loss tonight.
So the Rowdies surge forward. We thank you so much for watching tonight. 1-0 Hartford takes care of Tampa Bay. For Jeff Attinella, for Deandra Lou, for our entire staff here, part of Tampa Bay Rowdies Television, I'm Drew Fellio saying so long from downtown St. Pete. Hartford wins this one tonight. Have a great rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.